Hello everyone and welcome back, my people. This is unbelievable and also shocking. So the president of the National Association of Nigeria Students, NANS, who happens to be from the northern region, made a shocking revelation about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. So according to him, during his encounter with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody, he was deeply moved by what he saw and what he heard. So according to him, he said, "After meeting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I now believe in him more than in most of our leaders in the north." But before I allow you guys to watch the video, so today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has filed an application at the Court of Appeal. He is asking the appeal court to stay proceedings in his ongoing trial before Justice Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja. You might remember that November 20th, 2025 is the scheduled date for Justice Omotosho to deliver justice on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. However, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal team is now urging the Court of Appeal to halt that judgment pending the determination of their application. So we are still waiting to see the outcome of the application Mazi Nnamdi Kanu filed today at the appeal court, whether Justice Omotosho will still go ahead to deliver the judgment on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter. So my people, let me allow you guys to watch this particular video and also do well to subscribe if you haven't shared the video and give it a like. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing so.
Comrade Atiku Isa, who is the president of National Association of Nigerian Students. Comrade, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure having you around.
Thank you for having me.
But again, comrade, are you the president or factional president? Which one are you? Because some other person is also claiming to be NANS president.
I think that has been laid to rest by the president and commander-in-chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and also the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa. A letter was written to me and I was addressed as the NANS president. I can show you. This is the letter. I was addressed as NANS president by the Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, and I was invited on the instruction, on the directive of President Tinubu, through the Chief of Staff, Bajabi Amila. The President and Commander-in-Chief asked me as the National President of NANS to meet with the Honorable Minister of Education. So that has been laid to rest. I don't want us to go back to what happened and the person that is claiming. He can continue to claim, but who is in control of the entire Nigerian students? I am the one who is in control. I am in charge of all the affairs, and the President, of course, he is privileged to information more than all of us as the president of Nigeria. And he has addressed me as the NANS president. The Honorable Minister of Education addressed me as the NANS president. So what else? And Nigerian students see me as their president. So I don't want to go into that at all.
All right. In the course of all this struggle, you ended up in detention. What was the experience like? And would you also like to go back to that kind of environment again?
Well, it was a wonderful experience because it afforded me the opportunity of meeting somebody that is dear to my heart now. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Really?
I was detained, and the first day I was brought out, I saw him. I was shocked. So I now went close to him. I said, "I am Comrade Atiku Isa." I wanted to introduce myself. I said, "No, I know you." So he started telling me about what happened. So I became shocked. Then he told me that be strong. That was how I continued discussion with him for about 2 months. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I know very well, because if you stay with somebody on a daily basis and you are discussing with the person on a daily basis for about 2 months, because in detention, you don't have anything to do. You only sit down at a particular spot and you are with this person on a daily basis and you are always discussing. So you should know the kind of person that he is. And let me tell you that people don't know that it was prior to my meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I had thought that he was a wicked man who want to divide the country, because I am a patriotic Nigerian and I don't want anything that will bring confusion in this country. So that was the mindset I had. But after meeting him, in the detention, I realized that the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Kanu'S there are all loyal to him. You'll be shocked that he has more supporters in the DSS facility than he has outside, because if anywhere you live and you have more than 90 5% of the people who are supporting you. Before I met him, a Fulani guy told me, because he said, oh, if you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will like you because you can speak English. The guy does not understand English. We're always communicating in Hausa language and in Arabic language. So he said, he will like you because you can speak English, and he's a good man. If you have any problem, tell him, he will help you. So that is how they see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody in that detention facility, they see him as their leader. So it's not about a leader agitating for the Igbo cause. He's a leader agitating for Nigerians, for the betterment of Nigerians. So that is the person Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. So I have discussed with him severally. On a daily basis, he will tell me, Atiku will be strong. And along the line, now told me that, okay, I want you to play along so that they release you from here. I don't want you to continue to stay in detention. That was when I said, I'm ready to remain in detention. I said, no, this place is not good for you. Play along. Do whatever they want you to do. Get away from me and go and meet your family. I said, you are here. Say, don't worry. You go out. I don't want to see young men like you to be in detention. So that is the person we are talking about, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. A very passionate leader with compassion, and he has the interest of, especially the masses at heart. And I think the problem he has, which is not a problem, is that he's too courageous and fearless. And that is why, to me, he is still in detention. Courageous and fearless.
All right, let's look at the issue of the government and Nnamdi Kanu. Some persons say that the government is using Nnamdi Kanu as a scapegoat to avoid addressing legitimate grievances. They argue that Showere, Iboho, the chairman of Meiti Allah, all of them had issues at one time or the other. But government discontinued with that case and wondered, why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different?
Yes, I agree with those who say that. And but I also want to say that this did not start with the administration of President Tinubu. He was arrested during the last administration, and because they don't want to address the real issues. This thing is very simple. Why?
What do you think are the real issues?
The real issues are the insecurity, marginalization, and inequality in the country. These are basically the real issues. Address these issues. On this, because I believe that President Tinubu is a listening president. Yes, and just like I said about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being fearless and courageous, which has put him in detention, one of the things that, though is not something that should be seen as a weakness, which the President Tinubu has, is that he's too loyal to his friends. And he always stands by his friends. So he will not want to do anything that will embarrass his predecessor. So for that reason, he's taking his time. But on this, I really want to appeal to the President and Commander-in-Chief that if the likes of Igboho, their cases will be discontinued. The chairman of Mieti Allah, their cases, Mieti Allah was arrested and detained in the same facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was detained. I was there, so I know all of these things. For security reasons, I won't mention the places. I know they are if you close my eyes, I can take you to the detention facility where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is currently, and where Mieti Allah chairman was before he was released. Don't forget, he was arrested. His boys were alleged to have stabbed a general. You see, his boys were alleged to have killed soldiers. I know all lives are equal, but the life of a military man should be seen as being special because they protect the lives of the of others. If any group that will attack military men, those groups should be seen as being extremely violent, and they should be condemned in totality. The military men deserve respect and honor because they are putting their lives to protect us. So now, this same man, his case was discontinued. A Fulani man, his case was discontinued. Yes, he's my brother. I'm happy the case was discontinued, but I'm not happy that military men were attacked. Now, Igboho, who was agitating to, his agitation was very violent. So many lives were lost. Security personnel were attacked. Yet his case was discontinued because he's a Yoruba man. I did not meet Igbohu and I did not meet the chairman of Mieti Allah, but I heard a lot of things about them. But in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the things, he has been in detention. If the last one and the one that he's still in detention started in 2021, for all of these years, if they have anything against him, why have they not brought it out? There's nothing against him, unlike these two people that their cases were discontinued. The president and commander-in-chief has the power by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He can direct the Attorney General of the Federation to discontinue with this case in the interest of national healing and unity of the country. The last time, he should know that these two men I mentioned do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. Okay, I am in order now. As at this moment, I am still owing as a result of the mobilization I did for people to come to Abuja to protest for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We knew that they were going to attack us. We were tear gassed. We still protested. We are ready to lay down our lives for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because we believe that he has our interest at heart. So a man that has such support, I'm not talking about, let me tell you this, that in the entire of the Southeast, all the governors combined together do not have the kind of support that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has. All the governors combined together. And like I told you earlier, which is one of the things people see as the weakness of President Tinubu, and to me it's not a weakness. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fearlessness and courage is not a weakness. The president is always standing by his friends. His friends in the Southeast know that once Mazi is released, they will not be able to rig, maim, and retain their offices. So they are the one running up and down to plead with Mr. President to continue with this case. Mr. President is a comrade. He has been in struggle for a long time. So there's no way he will allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to be in detention. He would have since ended this shenanigan called trial, which has lasted for 4 years and nothing has come out of it. But because of these governors and some leaders, when we wanted to do the protest, I reached out to some senators from the Southeast, some leaders from the Southeast. Their responses made it clear to me that they were the ones behind the persecution for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because these people cannot win election. So on this, I want Mr. President to know, I, as the national president of NANS, I have taken steps, and I really want to be involved in this completely. One, I went to Kanu, because there's one of the most vocal minds in terms of grassroots politics in Kanu, Honorable Ilyasu Musa Konkoso, who was commissioner during the first time governorship position of Rabi Musa Konkoso. He was also commissioner when Mala Ibrahim Shekaro was governor. He was also commissioner when Ganduje was governor. He has been commissioner since the inception of this republic. Only in this, that is with President Tinubu, that is not a commissioner. I went to him, I told him that, you see, because he had called me before that the youths listening to you, especially in the northern part of the country, I want you to work for President Tinubu. So last week I went to him, I said, yes, I'm ready to work for President Tinubu on one condition. You are close to Ganduje, and you are close to the presidency. You are close to the National Security Advisor. Meet them. Let them discontinue with the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the interest of national healing, so that at least when whatever position we take, people will not see us as being tribalistic, sentimental. Let them discontinue. If Igboho's case will be discontinued, our brother, the chairman of Mieti Allah's case will be discontinued. Let the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be discontinued, and then I can assure you that I will move around the entire north to campaign for President Tinubu. I will do that. I told him that I went to Kanu, I met with him, that this is the only reason. This I will do. I will also appeal to him that there's no need for agitation. The president, discuss with Mr. President all your grievances so that these things can be settled amicably, so that the security of lives and properties in the Southeast and the entire country will be guaranteed. This is what we want. We have, you see, this diversity is good for us. As a northerner, why do I like the Igbo people? Most of them are resilient and they are courageous. That does not mean you don't have cowards among them. When you say a particular tribe has this character, what it means is that more than 70% of them, they have that character. But you can still have some persons again who do not have such characters. So now this is a region that more than 70% of them are resilient. They are very hardworking. They are courageous. And they love their leader. We in the North, we also love him. Mr. President, I appeal to you, in the interest of national healing, I appeal to you, please, let this case be discontinued so that we can have peace in the Southeast, so that we can have peace in the entire country. And it will be to your credit that during your tenure, the Southeast was stabilized. It is far better. And the votes you are looking for, you will get it easily without spending money. Because in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he does not need to give people money. After he's in detention, look at what we are going through because of him. Because we believe in him. So that's the appeal to Mr. President. And the president, let me say this, is a listening president. You'll be shocked that before 20, this case will continue. Because I wrote a letter to President Tinubu, less than a month, he replied. I was shocked. How is this possible? That's the president of over 200 million people. How is it? I have written letters to governors. For more than 2-3 months, they have not replied. Are you, as the president of the entire country, you are replying in less than a month? How do you do this? So that's why I'm using this medium to appeal to President Tinubu. There's no need for this case to continue like this again. Let it come to an end. Political settlement is the best way so that we can have peace in the country.
What do you say to those who argue that Kanu detention is illegal under international law? Some others say that he's a terrorist and all kinds of allegations. What is the truth? Given the little you know about him, your interaction with him in the last 2 months while in detention, what do you think?
I think by my little exposure and my stay in the North and in some other parts of the country where I have had cause to listen to persons who have directly or indirectly met with terrorists, I should know one when I see a terrorist. A terrorist will not be talking about peace. I was shocked when I met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He was always emphasizing about peace and justice. So a terrorist will not want people to live peacefully. A terrorist, you see, there are some things I don't want to reveal because of the security implication. But because there are some persons in detention that anytime they have opportunity, because not all the time they bring you out, when they have opportunity to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Fulani girl that the first time I met her in that detention was when I saw her with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. She had gone there to complain, to ask for favor. So I was shocked, why is this? Yeah, because they don't usually allow that. That's one good thing about the DSS facility. They don't allow that at all. But the girl was to be taken out for medication. So she saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and quickly started talking to her because she doesn't speak English fluently and there was a gap in communication. So I had to come in. I realized that she has more confidence in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu than even her own father by the way she was talking. Mazi was consoling her that do this. She said she was even complaining that she has stayed here for a long time. She doesn't want. She was talking about even committing suicide. Mazi was consoling her and telling her what to do. That's the kind of, if a terrorist will not bring, I'm talking about a Fulani lady, and they are virtually all tribes you find there. everybody in the detention facility rallies around Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the way he was always speaking to me, a terrorist will not be talking like that. And okay, another thing again, on a Salah day, that Salah I spent in detention, the big Salah, I, as a Muslim, I felt irritated. But even Mazi, he doesn't, he tolerates all of these things. Because on that Salah day, during the celebration, the Muslims usually shout, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, but they were shouting. So I was calling, you see, this detention facility, they are Muslims, they are Christians, they are others. Aside that, you don't have, it's not, even if all of us are Muslim, you don't have to shout and disturb others. At this particular time, some persons want to sleep. Some person wants to just sit down quietly. You cannot be shouting like this. But throughout, for the 3 days that happened during in the detention facility, he will not complain. Instead, those who want to come, because when people have problem, they run to him, not even to DSS officers who are supposed to take care of us. He will tell them, no, it's just for a short period of time. Just be patient. When you live with people, you have to tolerate them. I was angry. But he was calming others down, because me, I was also telling those that were invited, I said, no, you don't have the right to shout. We are all here. Even if all of us are even Muslims, you don't shout. Some persons will want to sleep. But because I lead prayers in the detention facility also, but some persons, most problems that we have in this country is as a result of ignorance. But they couldn't challenge me because they know that I am a Muslim, and I also one of their leaders, even in the detention facility, because I lead prayers. It was when I came that we started even doing the Friday Juma prayers. But I told them that if you want to worship God, you don't have to disturb another person. That any act of worship where another person will feel injured or another person's peace will be taken away, that is not an act of worship that will be rewarded. That we don't have to raise our voices. In short, even when I do recitation, I bring my voice down so that it doesn't disturb others. So I was always telling that this is how a religion should be practiced. It should not be a source of problem to people. But Mazi was not complaining. So if he's a terrorist, I have not seen anything that will make me. That's why I believe in him. I believe in him 100%, more than I believe in my state governor, more than I believe in virtually all Nigerian leaders. And that's why I am out. That's why I have been going through all of this, and that's why I'm appealing. You see, of course, I don't have access to him now, but I can tell you that because I know the kind of person that he is, Mazi, as a courageous man, he listens to his followers. He knows I love him, and I know he loves me. So for that reason, once he's released, I'll go and appeal to him. That the same way you told me to play along, I played and I have been released. When I was released, I went on air to appeal to Mr. President for your case to be discontinued. I know you are a strong man, but because of those of us who love you and we want to see you outside, please stop so and so, discuss with Mr. President, and see how this thing can be resolved amicably. I am very sure Mazi will listen to me because he is a listening person. We argue with him on certain things, and he's very vast. So that is the reason why I am coming out now to make this appeal and to tell Nigerians that, and all those listening to us, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. He's not a criminal. His only problem is that he's fearless and courageous. He hates injustice. He used to tell me, he will speak in Igbo and translate to me. He will say this is a proverb in Igbo language. That I remember a particular one that he told me that in their place, when a child is beaten by his parents, is being beaten by his parents, and the child runs to an elder, yes, that elder now will now serve as a shield, so that the parents will not continue to beat again. And also that if anybody is being molested, it is the responsibility of others to come out and stand for the person who is being molested, so that you don't keep quiet when a particular person is being humiliated. That usually he will speak in, he said that this is a proverb in Igbo language, and then he will translate that this is, so there are so many things he told me, so that these things are not allowed. These things these are the things that are not good, and society must condemn acts of injustice. And that's why, and he demonstrated that, and he's still demonstrating that in the detention facility where he is. As I speak to you, if not because of the professionalism of the DSS officers who are close to him, I can tell you that all of them, if you ask them, those that are close to him, that work close to him, all of them, no exception, will say that they should release him. All of them, they like him. The way they interact with him, you see that they like him. Everybody that detention facility, they will want him to go, but they will miss him. All. You have virtually all tribes in that detention facility, but all will want him to go. All are saying he's a good man. Those who don't know him, are they now saying that all the people who are with him don't have their reasoning and their thinking is bad? Everybody in that detention facility, I let the DSS conduct a survey. Everybody will say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a good man. The Igbos will say the same. Yorubas will say the same thing. The Fulanis will say the same thing. The Hausas will say the same thing. I met him just for how many days. See how I am passionate about him now. I'm among those who are his members already. Anywhere he goes, that is where I go, because I know he's a good leader. You see, you will always want to be by somebody who will not betray you. Somebody that you know that will always stand for you. One of the things my family members told me that you should be happy that you were detained, because at least you have got to meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that because when I went back home, I told them that I had a wonderful discussion with Mazi. I said, that means this is a blessing now. If you were able to, now are you sure? Say, I'm sure that somebody that I know very well that this. I told them the story about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That was why when I was going to protest during the last protest, and because a lot of my family members entertained fears that it was going to be that the security will clamp down on us, but I said no. If you cannot betray somebody who stood by you, who is a good person, we just pray for you. Whatever happens, go. Not because of what I told them about him. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist, and based on he was kidnapped from Kenya. Also, I think he was kidnapped. Why should you kidnap somebody and bring the person to Nigeria to come and try? And even in Nigeria, I think there was a judgment that was given that he should be released and a compensation paid. Why was that judgment not carried out? So this thing has nothing to do with law. It is pure political witch hunt, and that's why we want Mr. President to just end this.
All right, let's look at the judgment has been fixed. His judgment on terrorism charge against him has been fixed for 20th of this month. Supposing the case does not go the way of Nnamdi Kanu, are you foreseeing probably tension in the southeast?
Not just tension. There might not be election in the southeast, and by extension in Nigeria. So that's why.
Why do you think so?
Because people will be disappointed. And, when people are fed up, they no longer fear anything again. The worst will be death. And when people no longer fear death, they have reached a limit where they become dangerous human beings. And that is where this judiciary is pushing us to. And that's the reason why the Mr. President needs to halt this, so that we don't get to that level. Because that is what will happen. We don't even need, you see, they can charge you for anything. I do not, because of the honor done to me by President Tinubu, there are certain things that I have kept to myself that I don't want to reveal. So much I have seen injustice. Injustice has been meted out to me personally. As at the time I was abducted, I was holding the hands of the former governor of Kano State, Malam Ibrahim Shekaru. The emir of Dutse, his representative, was behind. The former governor of Kogi State, Captain Idris Wada, was coming behind us too. It was in their presence I was by Benga Adeyeye, known as Aluta Pilot. And because they told them that I am an imam, one of them brought out alcohol and forced me to drink. And that was the first time I took alcohol. But there are so many things worse than what I have just said. I have kept that to myself because of the honor done to me by Mr. President. But if they don't release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we'll come out and tell the full story. All those that are involved will say it. Let them come and take my life too. So all of these things, they can charge anybody for anything. They brought out gun. Since I was born till this moment, people, the only thing they have ever complained about me is that Atiku is stubborn. Nobody has ever accused me of even stealing or attacking anybody. I have not slapped anybody before. And let me even say that I want to exonerate the DG because the DG, all the things they plan, they actually plan for me to be there throughout my tenure as NANS President so that their thug will take over. Ladoja Olusola, who hit me in the eye. And Yinka Dada, who is the former NANS President, who stole my phone with Olusola.
But how are you sure, the allegations you are making, how are you sure that they stole your phone? Since did you see them with it? Is there any evidence to...
They abducted me now. My phones were with me. They abducted me and took my phone. How am I? And I saw them and I also know them. I have known them before now. They stole Salahuddin Lukman asked me to put my PIN. I put my PIN. And then they took away my phones. This country, they can frame anybody up. And that's why I'm passionate about this Nnamdi Kanu's case, because they have done this to me. So if you take terrorism, I'll just say this, in short, anybody you say even is a criminal in this country, I don't even believe. Because I have never held gun in my hand. I have friends who are police, DSS, military. In short, I even have friends who are generals in the Nigerian army. Because I studied computer science, I know that when subjected to forensic examination, your hand, they can know whether you have held a gun before or what kind of gun before. So even if you keep it, I will not touch it. If the DG had carried out what they wanted, then maybe I would have been killed by now, or even after raising me, I would have been assassinated. We need something that will work. I don't care if you like, bring all Yoruba, as long as the system will work, but they must be competent. If you like, bring all Igbos. Okay, why are we not complaining that the Super Eagles of Nigeria is dominated by Igbos? Okay, because we want to win, ba? Why are we not complaining? Because we want to win. If you want good results, look for the best people. The guy, you see, the operation in the DSS, they don't even have, they don't know how to gather intelligence at all. They are behaving as if they are combatant. Throughout my stay in DSS facility, every time they bring me out, only one man I was always afraid of meeting. And that's the deputy director in charge of investigation, because he is always very calm. I saw intelligence, very calculative. I said, Kai, I always fear him, but he will never shout. But others that used to shout, these ones, they don't have anything. They don't have, because they are always shouting. So when the only person I was always afraid of was the director, the deputy director in charge of investigation. And the time they allowed my family to come and visit me, my family stayed in his office. So I told, don't speak to that man. That man is too intelligent. Even movement, he will be able to know what is in your mind. If you are so. When they visited me, I said, even water, don't drink. If you greet him, don't say anything again. They waited for him for about 2 hours because they took me to hospital. Nobody spoke to him. Anything. I said, yes, don't talk to that man because he's the only intelligent man in the entire DSS that I met. Those who are not courageous are not good to work with people. Those who are cowards. You see, acts of cowardice can be easily detected. When you see a man that vacillates from left to right, depending on the side that has immediate material satisfaction, such a man is a coward. You don't need such a man to work with you. Men who are not ready to make sacrifice, they are not fit to be in position of authority. It will be, President Tinubu is courageous. By discontinuing with this case, he will show Nigerians that he's a courageous leader. He's fearless. It's not that he doesn't have the power. He has the power. It's when you have the power to do and undo, but you restrain yourself. That is courage.
All right, let's wrap up this way. What will you tell the president about the Southeast who feel that they need healing? The killings in the Southeast, how can we stop it? The people of the Southeast continuous complain about marginalization. How can we address this? What do you have to say to the president?
The marginalization is real. And that is why I'm appealing. Well, first, release their son. They love him. And this same is their son, is their leader. They love him, they respect him. They want him released. He is the only person in the entire of the Southeast at the moment that can say, all of you, put down your weapons. Not with force. Okay, you have sent military there. They have not been able to achieve that. A man that can tell them to put down their weapons and they will listen to him, why will you keep him in custody? Those that are giving you contrary advice to what we are telling you now, they don't mean well. We want peace in the Southeast. These people will be able to help your government improve and also improve livelihood because they are hardworking. You don't, with this agitation, okay, during the last protest, even in the Southeast, all shops were closed, the roads were empty because of one man. Which governor do you think in the entire of the Southeast can command such respect? So release him. The marginalization is real. But President Tinubu, you are trying. I think one of the service chiefs is even from the Southeast. So give them, those who are competent. I'm not just saying give appointment because somebody is from Southeast. I don't want that at all. You have competent people from there. Bring them on board. Let all of us work together in the interest of national healing. You see, when I talk to my brothers in the north, they come and tell me, oh, do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that you are talking about, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are the ones that killed Sardauna? I say, was it Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that killed Sardauna? They say, no, it was the Igbos. I say, okay, what about the Igbos that were killed by our own brothers? That, you see, what happened in 1966, a long time ago, the major who took the decision did not consult all the Igbos before he took the decision. It was his own decision. And that decision, many Igbos lost their lives again as a result of the counter coup. Do you know how Ironsi was also killed? I always want a balanced argument, not just arguing because out of a sentiment. Do you know how Ironsi was also killed? There was a counter coup, and many Igbos lost their lives. So now we cannot continue like that. Let us come together and understand ourselves and forgive ourselves. We are talking about forgiveness. Mr. President, if you achieve this will be your greatest achievement as the president. Release him so that you bring everybody on board. And you'll be seen as even the best president for bringing peace. Anything, all achievements without peace is useless. Okay, now, if you construct all the roads in Abuja and people are being killed, okay, what are those that will make use of the roads? If all the hospitals are even functional, and before people get to the hospitals, they are already dead, what will be the use of the hospital? Peace is very important. And even Mr. President will agree with me that to achieve peace in the Southeast, don't listen to these governors. You know that you need this man to come on board because they love him. Once people like, respect, and honor somebody, before you take that, whatever you say about that person, they will not agree. Let the person come to talk to them. That is my appeal. We are appealing to Mr. President. I'm not an Igbo man before anybody will come and say, oh, because you're an Igbo man, is your brother. I am only being objective. And because I don't even have
based
any...
on personal interaction as well.
Based on personal interaction and the reality on ground. I don't have any place I can run to. This is the only country I have. I pray for this country. I pray for, in short, the president that I disliked the most was President Buhari. I was also praying for him to succeed because if his failure was also affecting me negatively. Because, okay, if a president is sick, there are things that need the attention of the president. If he doesn't do it, a lot of people will suffer. So that's why I disagree with people that usually I was always complaining about President Buhari. But sometimes when I say, okay, we need to pray for him, when he was sick, we were always praying for him so that, because if the office is left vacant like that, a lot of bad things will happen. Things will go on wrong. In the same way, I encourage Nigerians to pray for President Tinubu, but we want the president to do the right thing so that things can work very well. This is the only country we have. You are the father of the country. You are the father of all the Igbos. You are the father of all the Yorubas, all the Hausas, all the Fulanis. So you don't have to take side at all. And you have suffered injustice before. During Nadeko, he was in the forefront. The president is a comrade. So I believe that once this message gets to him, something will be done before 20th of November, so that this case can be discontinued.
Chai, my people, this is awesome. Like a leader is a leader. Even in DSS custody, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still a leader. What a man. His only crime is that he spoke against injustice, corruption, insecurity in Nigeria, and now they are trying to convict him. Now the world can truly see or know who Mazi Nnamdi Kanu truly is. He's not a terrorist. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never be a terrorist. Just that Nigeria government, they are afraid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditional because he committed no crime. So my people, that is it. As I bring this update to you guys. I don't know what you think. I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section as always. Subscribe if you haven't shared the video. Give it a like, and I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Senior